Okay.
Hey, my name is Justin Holmes, J Miles on GitHub. I'm here at the new Paltz aaronsw Memorial Hackathon. One of the projects that we worked on this week we call LibraryTripperBot. A few years ago, a few of my friends and I, who later coalesced into the group now known as /Root here in New Paltz, decided that we were going to go to our local campus library to dig up documents pertaining to socio-political, not just dry facts, but just to generally paint the history, which is a very rich history of our upstate New York town. We've had an extraordinarily politically active campus, actually going all the way back to the 1800s. One thing that aaronsw did that really obviously inspired a lot of people is to get involved in bulk data collection and management. And I think he showed that it's an enormously powerful act and sometimes controversial. I know that his work on the PACER documents is when he first got my attention. I was a political science student. I was doing my seminar in law when he was engaged in the PACER stuff. And I think that there is a lot of very interesting data that sits in the local libraries of a lot of our towns, particularly for those of us that live in a college town that was active during maybe the 60s and 70s when photography really exploded in popularity. And so what we'd like to have is a tool that we can use to manage and assist the bulk data collection and help us integrate it into a local wiki. We call it LibraryTripperBot, the bot that helps us with a library trip. Currently, it kind of clunkishly will parse a document and run the OCR algorithms of both Tesseract and Cuneiform, and it will engage the MediaWiki API to create a new page, uploading the original image as well as the Tesseract and Cuneiform results. It doesn't work very perfectly. Like there are a lot of things that we needed to do that it looks like there's some other projects that do. Like we'd like to be able to have a book scan where we have both sides of the scan and have it acknowledge the column. We'd like to have it extract images and be able to have some meta information about the original image, the larger document from which that image came, and have use semantic MediaWiki to tag that in context. And it also just kind of, you know, as with a lot of initial scripts that have a lot of variables, it just doesn't always do, you know, it exits exits with an error status code for various reasons at various times. So this weekend we worked in particular on the image recognition process. Looked into using OpenCV, SciPy, NumPy, and also I guess OCRPus, Google's book scanning thing. If anybody out there is looking into this, I'd love to know what maybe archive.org is using in their scanning room, or what other technologies people are using for the bulk collection of local library data. For us, of particular import is a program that existed here in the 70s and early 80s called the Innovative Studies Program, where there was it was a college program here on our campus where people were learning a number of very important home economic and tech and other skills, everything from organic gardening and homesteading to structure design, some light architecture. And they were actually building structures that students were living in. Students one semester would build a structure that students the subsequent semester were living in. And they had a couple of dozen people living back there. At the peak of it, they hoped that it was going to bloom into you know, fully a new student housing project. And all of this happened without the internet. I mean, there were also a lot of electrical stuff that we'd call technical skills, electrical and plumbing skills, and then there was also more artsy stuff, liberal arts skills, as well as martial arts and music. And I think that this program was way ahead of its time, and that enabled by the internet, first enabled by the LibraryTripperBot, so that we can really scan these documents and allow them to be searchable in the context of the academic environment that characterizes today, but then also to apply these same the course catalog to the world as it is today with the internet. I think that there is I think there's something very compelling about that, and so although we didn't finish the LibraryTripperBot this weekend for the aaronsw Memorial Hackathon, we are planning another library trip for this coming January, so hopefully we'll have a couple of more sprints on the LibraryTripperBot and make enough of a motion that activists feel like they can go to the library with some degree of confidence that their scanning will result in you know, a really cognizable output of searchable, taggable, and well-linked data. We also worked on a few other projects here at the new Paltz Aaron Swartz Memorial Hackathon. We had a bunch of people here. Had myself, also Rachel Lagodka. Pretty much all these people are on GitHub. You can look them up. Dominic Piaquadio, James Farrington, Tim Gordon, Kieran Prash, Carly Thomasit, Amanda Catherine Staubel, Robert, I don't know, remember Robert's last name, Max Orloff, Ryan Baker. We had a nice turnout for such a small town here in New Paltz, and we will most definitely be participating in the next Aaron Swartz Memorial Hackathon. Thanks so much to everybody from the Internet Archive and from Noisebridge for organizing it, and of course to Jan. We had a really good time watching the opening ceremony, and we look forward to working with you again in a few months. Thank you.